Hi, I'm Jude from headfi.org. On this episode of Headfi TV, we're all the way out in Milan, Italy to visit V-MODA Milano, which is the design studio for V-MODA. Now, we're wearing V-MODA Boom Pro mics, not just to show off the Boom Pro mic. Actually, we're wearing them because on our drive from Munich, we were at Munich High End, to Milan. Somewhere in that trip, somebody broke into our rental car and stole a lot of our stuff, including all of my professional microphones, and we didn't have time to replace them before we came here. So we are using the Boom Pro mics, and at least you get to hear how the Boom Pro mic performs in this setting. Anyway, we're here with Val Kolton, CEO and founder of V-MODA. Now, if you've been watching Headfi TV for a long time, then you might recognize Val because we've interviewed him at least a couple times in the last few years. But just in case you don't know who Val is, I want to let him introduce himself. Val, why don't you let everybody know who you are?
Yeah, I'm Val Kolton from V-MODA, and I'm the CEO and founder, and I developed V-MODA in 2004 to be a high-performance audio products company, and we specialize in making the ultimate in sight, sound, and touch. And many of you know the V-MODA products from the Crossfade M-100 and our more recent XS, as you may have been involved on the forums of seeing how the Crossfade M-100 evolved from just a concept all the way to mass production with the assistance of vital feedback from the forums, editors, musicians, and DJs. And in fact, it's now won over 16 Editor's Choice Awards and has also been voted the #1 DJ headphone from the DJ magazine DJs and fans for 2 years in a row. So we're really excited about that project. And the XS already in less than a year has won 5 Editor's Choice Awards. And today we're really excited to add to the ecosystem of the accessories that we are offering to the XS and M100.
All right, well, before we get to that, why Milan? I mean, I'm all the way out here in Milan, Italy to visit V-MODA Milano. Why did you set up shop in Milan?
Well, we set up the V-MODA Milano Design Studio to really give us a new inspiration of both the past and the future. In Italy, as we know, it's just timeless design and sculptures and amazing materials that were used. And then, of course, we picked the office with a vantage point over Sforza Castle, which is an amazing historical landmark because it was the workplace of Leonardo da Vinci and also houses Michelangelo's final statue. And then in addition to the inspiration is the great design team that we have here and just the passion for design and, of course, bringing that element that you can't really describe what Italian design is, but you just know it when you see it.
Yeah, and Sforza Castle, which I'm not going to get caught up on that now, but it's amazing, and it's literally right there. We stopped for lunch, took just a matter of steps, and we're at Sforza Castle. It's an amazing setting here, so I can understand why you chose it, but I wanted to let them know why you chose it. All right, so let's talk about why we're even doing this episode today, because you are introducing something new. What are you introducing?
Well, we have a tagline for what we're introducing. It's called The End of Ubiquity.
All right, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so what that is it's custom 3D printed shields for the Crossfade series headphones. So we're really amped to be able to finally unveil this. We've been working on it for a very long time, and it's really the next step we feel in consumer electronics products that can actually be personalized and used not only personalized using traditional plastics, but in new ways and new materials all the way up to precious metals. So and it works with all the past Crossfade products. So for all the original Crossfades, all the way up to the M100 and the XS.
All right. So you were doing before and still are doing 2D, two-dimensional, laser engraved plates, aluminum plates. You were using or have been using and still use the term endorse yourself.
Yeah.
Because obviously we all know some of the most popular headphones in the world are heavily endorsed. And so I like that endorse yourself campaign. I think here with 3D and the ability to express yourself in 3 dimensions now opens up even more freedom for self-expression. So let's talk about that because 3D printing is a buzzword. It's a hot item today, but you are applying it in a way and using materials and techniques that I don't think I've yet seen specifically in headphones. So let's talk about, for example, materials, methods, things like that.
So let's start with the materials. So we're offering 3 different classes of materials. The entry-level materials, which is still amazing, is the lightweight fiber. And this is built using selective laser sintering, or SLS for short. It starts off as a as a bed of powder, and then it has a laser that goes layer by layer that heats up the powder and creates the final end product. And it's put together with a bunch of shields or products at the same time into a build plate. So it does take a lot of planning on how it is exactly is going to build the materials. And then after that, it's taken apart, sorted, and cleaned and finished to make the end product. And it's available in 10 colors. And then from there, the next material is what's called steel, and it's available in approximately 6 different colors. And it's a different method altogether. It actually starts off as a steel powder and uses a binder with the steel powder and goes in very fine layers. And then it finally, the binder is replaced with a bronze, and then it's heated and formed into the final steel that you see. And what's interesting about this one is it creates a really nice layering effect that it really is showcased, and you can see it, and it's unlike anything you've probably seen in metals, and it creates a very unique layered effect. And it was actually even used in Avicii's latest video named Feeling Good, and in that video you can see the sun shining on the side of the shield, and you can see the layered effect on the gold, and it really just epitomizes all the great things about this material and process, that you can actually show your friends it, and it actually, you can see the story almost built into the shield, yet it still looks like a precious metal, almost like a jewelry-like item. So, but it's a futuristic technology behind it.
Yeah, the appearance in the Avicii video is cool.
Yeah.
So if you look it up, it's really neat because I've been aware of the fact that he's been working on this. So it was really neat to see it in the Avicii video. It actually features well.
Yeah.
It features really
And that's
well.
actually the first. That's actually the first 3D shields that actually made it outside of our offices, and
cool.
already been featured.
Wait, Avicii got one before I did? Avicii? I'm just joking. Anyways, all right. So
yeah.
what other materials do you have?
Yeah, so the other materials, we have a variety in the next method, which is a really complex process. It's called, and it's a little bit different than the other 2 processes. It's in our cast metal and precious metal series. And this was really neat because it actually doesn't start off at all as metal. It actually starts off as a high-resolution wax mold that's built using what's called multi-jet molding, and it creates this high-resolution wax mold, and then we put a plaster around the wax mold, and then we actually melt the wax out of it, and then we pour in the metal that will be used for the casting into the plaster mold, and then we break away the plaster mold, and you have your final shield. And then, of course, from there, we in the pure cast metals like the platinum, gold, and silvers, we actually just hand polish it and make it look beautiful. And then for the plated metals, like this one right here is 14 karat gold plated, and I'm wearing a 14 karat rose gold plated, and you're wearing actually a 14 karat gold plated as well. It actually starts off as brass, and then we add a layer of palladium, and then after that we do the final plating, and then the final polishing and hand finishing. So as you can see, that the whole overall process is much more complex than you would normally think of when you think of just a 3D printer or just some part that comes off of the 3D printer. So it's definitely a myth in 3D printing that the printer just spits out a part that is ready to wear, and that's very far from the truth of how the process works. And it really just showcases that this technology is more than just the 3D printing, but it's all about the handcrafted and hand polishing, and all the way from the sculpting of the design to the final finishing and quality control of the product that can make something like this, which is really what we feel is more like a relic or almost an heirloom in a piece of jewelry that you can keep for a very long time.
Yeah, so essentially you can go from fiber, which is the least expensive option, and that's also the lightest weight option, actually.
Yeah.
It's actually really light, so I'd probably use that if I was going to be doing a lot of sports. It's probably a nice, affordable way to get a lighter weight plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as, you can't make it as fancy looking, but it does look pretty cool. Actually, this is a fiber. These are fiber plates right here, so you can see those turn out pretty fantastic. So,
yeah, they're really nice, and even though it's entry level, it's great because you can change them out and try it out, and then of course you can go all the way up to the cast metals and precious metals.
Yeah, go platinum, solid platinum. I don't think I'll be doing that, but that is cool that you can do it.
Yeah, and we offer the variety, and they're still beautiful no matter which model you get, and then you can always upgrade later if you want.
Yeah, now you're wearing yours on your M100.
Yeah,
I'm wearing it on XS.
XS, yeah.
All right.
So on mine, right here, I have the 14 karat rose gold plated Victory with my initials VK on the monograms, and then here's the studs.
We'll get to the design in a second. And I'm wearing the sculpture design. and then studs in matte. So you wouldn't normally, at least I wouldn't think of doing bling on one side, matte on the other. But I think just for this headphone was here just for exhibition purposes. But let's talk. I don't think we talked about the design yet. So you have some default designs, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about what you'll be able to order, just kind of like by default, if that's what you choose.
Yeah, so on the designs, we really it was a pretty long process in fact to come up with what was going to be our initial launch designs, because we wanted to have something that was timeless yet also fashion forward and yet something in between. So when we gave it some thought and analysis, there was something interesting happening in Milan, which is the city of so much fashion and landmark brands here, but many of the businessmen and bankers and lawyers, and they'll wear a really nice suit, but it's a bespoke and custom suit, so it's really shaped for them. And then they'll have their initials and their monograms on their shirts. So as we know, a monogram of your initials is a fairly simple yet elegant way to really showcase your individuality and have a unique product, yet still be sleek and fit in, just like many people that are wearing high-end clothing or suits will do. So one of the things that we wanted to start with was monograms. So it starts off from just being able to have the basic monogram of your initials, and then from there we came up with a design that can be used with or without a monogram, which we call Victory. And the Victory is Victory leaves, which have been around for a long time to signify victory. and they also use it for graduation and the winning of winning things. But it's also just a nice design that allows you to showcase the 3D. It's a really nice. It creates a really nice 3D effect that's subtle yet also stands out at the same time, and you can really see the layering there of the 3D technology.
Yeah, that's actually pretty deep embossed. It looks
like
right there.
Yeah. So as you see from the sides, it can get pretty deep on the Victory. So that's why it was really good to showcase the different the technology there. So, and then you have your monogram, and then we had what's called so that was a classic design, but we still think is very timeless. So then we also wanted to come up with another design that was a little bit different, that was actually called, that was in the same vein, but it's called Vectory. So polygons are really popular in design today, so we wanted to create something that was like the Victory, but a little bit more modern flair too. So we have the Vectory, which is really cool too. So you can have kind of the modern and then the classical version. So, and they're both really beautiful, and I kind of go back and forth between which one is my favorite. And then from the Victory and Vectory, we have what's called sculpture. And so we wanted to come up with a design that was a little bit unique, that really showcased that these are more than just 3D printing, but it also has the sculpting process and the timeless elements of chiseling and handcraftsmanship with the design. So we came up with a sculpture that's supposed to look like it was chiseled out. You can chisel your initials out, so you can have on here you see the VK that's chiseled out, so it looks like someone carved out your initials. And then the line right here is what we call an Easter egg, like a hidden meaning. It's actually the shoreline of Ibiza, and where I
haven't seen that one.
Yeah, and it's actually where I thought of the idea for V-MODA. So it's a little hidden in there, but it's a really neat design that showcases. It's very innovative. That it also showcases where the thought process comes from for this new product and service that we're offering. And then one of the other designs that we have are the studs, which is really also a really timeless design. We see it out here even on Sforza Castle on the corners, uses this design and motif. It's also on our package, and it also is a great design because it can look very, very subtle and very subtle, yet a nice design and texture. Or it can actually, you can do it in like right here is in rhodium or in orange or in the plated metals especially. It'll really catch a lot of light, like the one I'm wearing, and be more fashion forward version. So it's a really great design that can go all the way from being more subtle and stealthy, and all the way up to being more designer type design.
Yeah, you can make it.
Yeah.
So these are your default designs. So you have studs, sculpture, and then vector and Victory. Factory,
Factory
and
and Victory.
Yeah, very cool. Actually, like I said, I hadn't seen this one before. The sculpture with the initials looks really, really cool.
Yeah, it's nice because it it really looks like it was sculpted.
One of mine is gonna.
It's a good design.
Yeah, I dig that. All right. What about custom designs? So I want to send you my logo. How could I do it, or can I do it?
Yeah, so we'll be offering the upload your own logo, and how it works is a little bit different than selecting the default or monogram designs, where you'll upload an image, or even you can upload to us a 3D file as well, and then our Italian design team will check to make sure that it fits within the parameters of being able to be 3D printed. We usually will just emboss the logo about 1 millimeters. And then we'll also just check the wall thicknesses of the design, because in the 3D printing it needs to have a minimum wall thickness of approximately a little bit less than 1 millimeter, so that it can get all the lines there, as you see here on that Avicii logo. It's a good design that fit well with the design parameters of the 3D printing technology, and so we'll check that and make sure that the logo can fit. As a matter of fact, you saw already that our sculptor was making the HeadFi logo with your initials, and I forgot what font you chose.
I don't know what it was called. It was kind of a cool, thicker font.
Yeah, we had to change it a few times, but I think we ended up with Trajan Pro, which is a really classical design as well.
Yeah, I dig that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that one turns out when it's finally printed, because we haven't printed it yet. But again, I'm also liking the sculpture with the initials on it, so that's pretty cool. I like
and you
that.
You just saw that one for the first time.
Yeah, first time. What font is that? I don't even know what that is. It's really hot.
Actually, I think that is Trajan Pro.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
So you can upload your own designs. There are some limitations in terms of making sure that you have at least 1 millimeter line thickness.
Yeah, the line thicknesses are the little bit of the limitations, but we can also just take that. We can take your vector file and try to modify it in what we think is the best that fits within the.
But if I send you something that's just not going to work, you'll let us know.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
All right, cool. So this is awesome. I think I'm going to do 2 sets though. Got to go bling.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it like this on this headphone, which is for exhibit purposes. One's bling, one's subtle. I'm definitely going to go, I think, kind of blingier for when I'm feeling a little louder, and then subtle for when. I think for the subtle though, I might go for fiber subtle, because that'll be my sport plate. But anyways, I'll work that out with him when this episode's over. But I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to be fun, because
it's really fun
in the studio.
Yeah, and there's a lot of material and color choices, but we definitely think that we found kind of some of our favorites. And one of the things that we found is when we were picking our favorites, we seemed to say that there isn't one favorite. We just couldn't pick one. None of us could. So we all said that we pretty much had to have 2 or 3 to be able to, because there really is such a really nice variety that can really fit different moods and different outfits. And the great thing about headphones is that you wear them all the time, and unlike your T-shirts or belts even, you actually wear your headphones every day, so you can really get a lot of mileage out of your headphones, and customizing your headphones and to be that really accessory that is the centerpiece of your outfit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. We're going, so the room next door is where a lot of the magic happens, where a lot of the sculpting happens, and it's fun stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing that. This has been great, man. Coming out to Milan, to V-MODA Milano. It's been eye-opening. I know he's been working on this for a long time, so I'm really happy that you finally get to talk about it, because it's been a long time.
Yeah, no, thanks, Jude. It's been a really fun project that's taken quite some time, but we've really been having to be tight-lipped on this one versus the crowdsourcing of the M100. So I'm really excited to announce this to the community, and can't thank you enough for the support through the years, and can't wait to answer some more questions from you.
Wait, I do have one more thing, though. Did we talk about the tool?
No.
Because if you're going to be changing out the plates, if you've changed out V-MODA plates before, I mean, it's not hard to do, but if you're going to change them out regularly, like if I'm going to use 1 pair of XSs or 1 pair of M100s and then change out like 3 sets of plates, they did something cool, which is they came up with a new tool. I'll let you talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so the Shield kit is available for not only the customized products that you can buy on our website now, but also is available separately. And either way, we include our new and improved screwdriver, which is magnetized, which makes it much easier to change the screws out. And we even took a long time to make sure that it's just much easier to grip and turn, and is also small enough that you can take with you if you like to now. And then also, believe it or not, we actually improved the screws in the way they screw in, and so it's easier to fit them. And then in addition to that, the screws now come in 3 colors. So we have gold, chrome, and black. And then we're using our new 2015 and 2016 and beyond packaging module here, which is a really beautiful black hexagon case that opens up really nicely. And then as far as the pricing and availability goes, the pricing for the fiber shields will start at well under $50, and will be less for the on-ear than the over-ears as it uses less material. The steels will be in the hundreds price point, and then the cast metals start above 200 and go up to, well, quite a bit for the platinums and beyond.
Solid poured platinum. I imagine that's going to be very, very expensive. I will not likely be going to solid poured platinum, but no, very cool.
Yeah.
So that's the 3D custom plates, V-MODA. They've been working on it here in Milan very hard, so I'm really glad that he finally gets to announce it. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah, thanks, Jude.
Congratulations.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having
Take
me on.
care. Thank you for support.